Hey Georgina, how you doing today? Good to see you.
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. How's your day been so far?
My day has been eventful. Yeah.
Okay,
You
okay.
know, we usually have outreaches. So today I was in the field and then I came back a bit early. So here I am. What about you?
Yeah, just getting started with the afternoon, and I'm glad to be speaking with you right now. Yeah, so let the viewers know who you are, what you do, and why you do it, Georgina.
My name is Georgina Ann Jonyo. I'm a psychologist by profession and currently I'm serving as an assistant project manager focusing on community-based focused initiatives that are really just supporting adolescent girls and young women in the community. My work is centered on mental health, gender empowerment, and developing sustainable development in the community in the grassroots levels. But all in all, I'm someone who's really passionate about making people feel seen, heard, and just maneuver life. You see, we are not islands. We all need someone. So yeah, I love being that person to help people maneuver relationships and even life in general.
Excellent, excellent. So, like when you look back before you started helping people with mental health and everything that you do, what was the kind of mindset that you was having when you decided that's what you wanted to do going forward? And what was the trigger point that actually got you motivated to go ahead with it?
Also, I'm an empath. So before you learn that you are an empath and you feel things, it tends to be mostly on the negative side. So being an empath makes you want to fix people. You feel like I find people who are emotionally unavailable. I find a friend, and I feel like if I love them more, if I offer maybe support, offer them love, they'll be fixed, they'll feel better. Yet at the expense of me, at the expense of my own mental health, at the expense of my peace of mind. And that really drained me as a person because you can't really fill a cup when yours is it's empty. You end up feeling an empty thing. So that really did a number on me. I'm still in the journey of just self-discovery and healing. It's a process. Yeah. So that's what it is.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, now speaking more on like mental health, like you mentioned, you yourself were going through by helping people, it was affecting your own mental health. And we all go through different struggles. And when we look at relationships, mental
Mm.
health is a major part of it, where relationships can affect the state of people's mental health. So when you look back at your own journey, what kind of struggles did you go through that affected your mental health? And how did you navigate through those to get to where you are now?
So I really struggled with belonging. So where you want to fit in, you want to people to like you, people to for you to identify with a group of people at the expense of your own peace of mind, my mental health, because while maybe hanging out with the wrong crowd made me, you have to shrink yourself. You have to dim your own light to become lesser so that you can fit in that group. So that really did a number because you can't really voice your opinion. You can't really just be you, just exist as a person. I remember there's a time, I think when I was little, in high school, so we used to have I used to love modeling, but I couldn't do it because then you see your friends are bringing you down. You can't do it. You're not beautiful enough. You don't have the body to do this such a thing. That really did a number, not only in my for my mental health, but also just your self-esteem. If I had a better relationships, maybe I would be in a better position and I would have handled it differently. But here we are beings of experiences, isn't it? And our experiences shapes us. So that's where my passion began because if I manage to become better, I believe that I can give more to other people.
Fantastic. Yeah, our peer groups definitely shape our self-esteem and how we feel growing up, you know. And like when we are in a crowd that doesn't really recognize us, it can make people feel kind of small within themselves. But when we look at intimate relationships, would you say that you also had struggles in that area in terms of how it affected you, or what kind of situations growing up did you face in terms of intimate relationships?
So in the beginning, I told you I'm an empath, isn't it? And I was drawn. I'm in a journey of self-discovery, but I was drawn in bad people. I wouldn't say bad. I would say maybe emotionally unavailable people. So I'll tend to pick partners who are emotionally unavailable in hopes that if I love them more, they will love me. If I pour more, then this is something that maybe will be reciprocated to me. But you see, at the end of it, you end up being hurt, and hurt people hurt other people. So you see, you end up having the cycle of toxicity around yourself because you end up choosing the wrong people. But the minute I found out that there's better, and love isn't supposed to be suffering, isn't supposed to be hurtful, you grow in that, and you tend to have better boundaries and yeah, respect and everything. So you work towards that.
Right, right, yeah.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so you think that's it.
Okay, great, great. You know, like being an empath, like you said, like you want to love them, hoping that they would love you more. So that can, you know, be have a psychological effect when you don't receive what you are giving out. So do you feel like by loving them more, you had an expectation from them to love you back, or how do you see that?
Yeah, definitely. You love someone with the expectation that you feel when you view love as a job instead of as a maybe a feeling that's supposed to be mutual, you end up being at the picking the shorter straw. So you love this person in hopes that if you do more, they will maybe reciprocate. But then if they don't, you are triggered. You're triggered. You're like, oh, I'm not doing enough. So you pour more and more. At the end of it, you feel drained. You are left drained because everything that you had poured, yet it's not reciprocated. You see, anything healthy is supposed to be a two-way, and it's
Right.
supposed to be free flowing, peaceful, calm, yeah, enabling you to grow.
Right, right, right. So would you say that the expectation that you have of them returning the feeling was part of what
Mm,
was blinding you from seeing what was actually going on?
yeah, true.
Okay, great, great. You know, like looking at like expectations, like when we look at gender roles in relationships, like traditionally, like someone would tend to lead the relationship and someone else would choose to follow in that relationship. But some people feel like, you know, gender roles are not really good. Everybody should be free to express themselves how they want to and things like that. And some people say that gender roles are very natural and like it's the kind of divine way and how things work. So with that being said, what is your viewpoint on gender roles in relationships?
Mm, I think I've still not quite like handle it or get a hang on it 100%. So I'm free to maybe be isn't it learn more about it. But the thing is, at times you see with the way the community is progressive, we're finding out that some of the gender roles have shifted, isn't it? Because right now the men are not the providers, they're not the gatherers, you see. So women tend to have I think let me rephrase. I think what works best for you people, you do that because each person is different, isn't it? And maybe if I have a relationship with my person, is different from someone else having a relationship with their person because of the dynamic and the authenticity and everything. So I think basically it's just you two people should sit down, find what works best for you, and you follow that because at some point, maybe in one relationship, gender roles can work very well, following the gender roles, and in others, some it cannot work. So it's not something that you can just put it out there that this is it.
Right,
You have
right.
to be flexible about it.
Right, right. As you mentioned, things progress in different areas in different ways, and not every relationship has like that same type of provider mentality and that kind of way. But in your opinion, is it natural for a woman to be attracted to a provider, or do you feel like that's just a mindset?
It depends on what the woman is looking for. That's why I'm telling you people are different. Because if I already have what the provider is supposed to offer me, then I'm not looking for a provider. Maybe I'm looking for a helper, isn't it? But then if I don't have what the provider has, then I'll be looking for a provider. You see, the dynamics are very different. It depends with the person, what the person needs. Some people are looking for friends, isn't it? Companionship. Others are looking for providers. Others are looking for different things like partners. In relationship, people are looking for different things and different gaps to be filled, isn't it?
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. So, in the case of a woman that's able to provide for herself, let's say, do you feel like there's something innate within her that's still going to seek someone that's going to provide more, or do you feel like her seeking friendship is going to be fulfilling for her, like in like according to her female nature?
It also depends with how is she self-actualized? Is she contented with where she is at the moment? Does she feels like whatever she has attained, is it enough? If I feel like maybe let me say, maybe I'm a millionaire, isn't it? And I'm working towards becoming a billionaire, isn't it? As a woman, then I will look for a provider so that he can elevate me to that level, isn't it? But then this is someone who's comfortable or even is okay with where she is and has this mindset of maybe attaining that by herself. So she'll tend to look for a friend. People have different, it depends on what you are needing.
Right, right,
What you need is what you maybe get, what you are attracted towards. Yeah.
right, right,
It's just like characters, isn't it?
for sure.
Some want tall, dark, and handsome. Some want short kings. So it's different.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
You
It's a
know, and
market for
then
everyone.
yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, for
Mm.
sure. So, looking at like relationships as well, a lot of people they feel like they want freedom within their relationship, and the traditional method doesn't always work for them. For example, people look at things outside of monogamy because traditionally monogamy is what is practiced. But even prior to that, there's other things that have been practiced, such as non-monogamy and polygamy and things like that. So, with that being said, what is your viewpoint on monogamy versus non-monogamy in relationships? Do you feel like monogamy is a natural order, or do you feel like there is like non-monogamy is kind of essential for some people as well?
Mhm. It's also, first, let me put it there that it will depend with the person, and if this person was honest from the word go. Let's say if you are a man who is monogamy works for, sir, there are people where monogamy works for them, and the people where monogamy can never work. So if you feel like you can handle two or more, and you are very honest from the word go that if from the first wife that here I am, maybe my name is so and so, and this is I'll marry you and I'll marry others. Then it's okay because I believe everything is what you make. You can't really, you can't really. I believe people are supposed to be free to make their own decisions, make their own choices because people are authentic and people are dynamic. So what works for me might not work for you as per se. For me, monogamy might work very well because I'm financially stable, I'm emotionally there, and the people that I'm with, maybe my wives, are already informed them that even if you're a first, I'm looking forward to a fourth and a fifth, isn't it? And the wives agree. and they answer in that and the culture also the cultural setting also permits that. There are some places where the culture does not allow itself, even the religion, isn't it? So
Right.
with that, you can't really work towards monogamy yet. The community is working against you.
Right.
So with you, you have to first sit down and analyze, is this for you? If it's not for you, then don't do it. If it's for you, you can do it, but then you pace yourself, isn't it?
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
everything, at the end of the day, we are here to leave a mark. And yeah, life is for living.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You mentioned the community being against some people who maybe want to practice something different. Do you feel like
Yeah.
that is a major influence on them according to their choices, or do you feel like it's more to do with themselves? Like because if it's the community influence that doesn't allow someone to be themselves, that might not necessarily be what they wanted to do, but because of the community. Or what is your viewpoint on that?
Do you know the theory of tabula rasa, whereby the kid is born with a blank slate, isn't it?
Right.
The brain is usually blank. So what happens is the community and their surrounding socializes this kid, isn't it? So when you are brought up in a community where monogamy is allowed, it won't be bad, isn't it? It will be like a norm, where your grandfather did this, your father did this, your uncles and nephews and everything are doing this. So for you, it's okay because it allows you, isn't it? But going to a place whereby maybe community a setup whereby this never happens, you become a fast. First, you have to fight the system itself because the system is already there. So you have to fight the system. You have to answer a lot of questions. You have to agree to stand out and be as like a center of study whereby someone is just looking at you. How are you doing this? See, and that one can do a number on someone. Let's say
Right.
you make a decision. Let's say you make a decision. You see, maybe in Kenya, in my community, LGBTQ is not really there yet, isn't it? And not people are not that free yet. So you see, when you go, if you when you identify as one, there's usually backlash, isn't it? So you end up living in fear,
Right.
isn't it? That's
Right.
there. So community has a role.
Right. Right.
That's what
Right.
I'm trying to put across.
Excellent. Excellent. So, like looking at people that are in monogamous relationships, when they hear that their partner would like to open up the relationship, their first reaction is, oh, there must be something missing in that relationship. That's why you want a non-monogamy and you want to open it up. Do you feel like there's some truth to that? Do you feel like there's something missing in a relationship for it to be non-monogamous? Or do you feel like a relationship can be whole and still be non-monogamous?
My question is first, did this partner inform the partner that this is the way that they are supposed to be going? Maybe if I'm getting in a relationship with you, from the word go, you inform me that I'm with you, but it will come a time where I will want to venture outside. Did this happen from the word go? So that this partner, the one that is feeling left out, from the word go is informed. So that someone does, maybe you get into a union with this partner, knowing very well that at a point, my husband will have to marry a second wife, or we'll have to open our relationship, isn't it?
Mhm.
If that happens, then you make an informed decision. You're not making a decision whereby you feel shortchanged, where you've maybe spent 5 years with this person, and then all of a sudden this person is like, I want to get a second wife, yet you are not prepared psychologically. Because there it does a number on you also, on your self-esteem, because you feel like what is lacking and things like that maybe. And the problem is usually it's not with you, the problem is with the person, with the man. But human beings, we usually search within first before we search outside. We search within. So we start asking ourselves, am I wrong? Am I doing the right thing? What am I lacking, isn't it? Before you really search without.
Right. So essentially, communicating upfront about your wants and
Mm.
needs is the
Yeah, I'm an advocate of communicating from upfront. Just tell the person that this is what I want. Maybe in the future we'll do this, so that this person gets into that relationship knowing very well that my partner will venture into maybe other monogamy later on, so that you are not surprised by it.
Right, excellent, excellent. Now, another thing that affects people's mental health a lot within relationships is when there's jealousy within a relationship. Now, this could be in a monogamous or non-monogamous relationship. For example, in a monogamous relationship, it could be, I noticed that you are talking to this person a lot or spending a lot of time with this person, and it's making me feel some kind of way. In a non-monogamous relationship, it could be, I notice you are spending more time with this other partner than you are with me, you know. So how can someone that's feeling these jealous emotions and it's starting to affect their mental health, how can they start to deal with these emotions of jealousy? And the person that is being accused of jealousy, how can they communicate to their partner that there's nothing to be jealous about?
First, you have to find a secure and a healthy way to communicate your feelings, because we all human being, and we all at a point you feel jealous, isn't it? Jealous is an emotion, but we are not supposed to dwell in that, isn't it? So the thing is, when you feel like you are not being heard, you are not being, maybe the partner is spending too much time with the other partner. It depends also with what type of communication do you have to communicate to the other partner, but do it in a secure way, in a positive way that is going to bring change, bring a conversation whereby um I tell my husband that I'm not feeling, maybe I'm feeling that he's spending too much time with his sister or with his friend or something like that, and that is really doing a number on me. So by sharing that, the other partner is also is not supposed to be dismissive, supposed to understand that, try to figure out where this person is coming from. You're not supposed to be dismissive, whereby, oh, that's not it. Maybe you are feeling too much. No, just indulge that person. Sometimes indulging the person, you'll get to the bottom of it even without even thinking.
Sure, for
So
sure,
yeah.
for sure. So, like, what would you say if, like, it comes to the point that the jealousy is affecting the person's, maybe their business, maybe in their business they communicate with a lot of people, and that is what is causing their jealousy. And if they were to try to help their partner not feel jealous, it would affect their communication in their business. What would you say when it gets to that kind of situation?
hmm Creating a security. Definitely, jealousy is bruised when there's no security. I don't feel secure with you, isn't it? What is it that you used to do that you're no longer doing? Is it that we used to spend too much time together that you're no longer doing? Is it that you used to maybe give me word of affirmation that you're no longer doing? What is it that is lacking that is making this person believe that you are spending too much time there? That means you love that other person more than you do, isn't it? You just go back to the drawing board, whatever you used to do, do that, and you will curb this thing, because it's basically just, we are told in relationship or in marriage, you keep on courting the other person. You don't stop, isn't it? The minute you keep on courting this person, you keep on unraveling, uncovering new things about the other person. Because the minute you all grow, you will change, you become better versions of you people. So the minute you keep on courting the person, keep on courting, the relationship becomes better, and
Right,
there won't be room for jealousy and every other thing.
right, right. So, would you say a lot of it comes down to reassurance? Like, it's not
Yeah.
maybe necessarily what's going on, but the reassurance needs to be there all the time.
Yeah, you have to reassure the other person. It depends with the love language. You have to reassure this person that I'm here, that I'm here, and this is it. We're working on this. So this is business, this is work, and this is me at home. So you have to focus on me at home, let alone work. Yes,
Right,
you
right.
have to reassure the other person. You have to make them feel that you love them, make them feel that you see them, they are heard, they are respected. Yeah, as simple as that.
Right, right. And now, like another major thing that does affect mental health in relationships is when trust has been broken by infidelity, and like that can really shatter someone's trust that they had. And some people say that once you've cheated, that's it. That the relationship is done. There's no going back. And some people feel like, okay, this has happened, but we can talk about it, find out what happened and why it happened, and we can work through it. So, with that being said, what is your viewpoint on forgiveness after infidelity in a relationship? Do you feel like the relationship can get back to where it was, or do you feel like there will always be an issue because of what happened?
It can. It can. It depends with the person. It depends with the couple, isn't it? Are they for it? Are they for working to solve it, or are they for breaking up and leaving? If the couple is working, is there? Let's say you have dated for. mm we've decided that there are people who have high boundaries, which is good. You have standards and you have boundaries that if you ever cheat, I leave. And it happens that this person cheats, you are okay, it's okay for you to leave because that's a decision, that's a personal decision, and those are things that you yourself have vowed not to do. But here's a couple that wants to fix it. It's possible. It can be fixed because it all depends with it comes down to, are you ready to work on it? Because trust is built, because this person is someone that you never knew before, isn't it? When they were before you met they met you, before you became husband and wife, you were just someone living there. So you came together and you bonded and you created trust. And that trust, if it breaks, it can be rebuilt. You have to put in the work. You have to the one who is maybe did is in made the infidelity or did the whatever, has to work towards earning this person else's trust. Maybe if it's the wife, it has to work towards earning the husband's trust,
Right,
isn't
right.
it? And that one, it's a daily commitment that on a daily basis that I have to. Yes, it can work.
Right, right. Excellent, excellent. Now, when we look at brand new relationships now, when people meet someone that's brand new, there's a lot of butterflies, there's a lot of chemistry going on, and, they really want to immerse themselves in this new person. But to the point that some people start to lose their sense of self when they immerse themselves so much. So, in your opinion, how can someone immerse themselves in a brand new relationship without losing their sense of self in the process?
Uh, First, I don't believe in butterflies. I don't. That's a warning. That's a warning. That's not a good sign. Uh-huh. So apart from that, let's say you pace yourself. You have to pace yourself because how am I going to put it nicely so that I don't it's all about how you as a person, you have to pace yourself in every relationship, even in friendships. You have to look at it on a logical point of view and not in emotional. You have to understand that this is a new thing. This is how it works because if you really if you really immerse yourself, you're going to be in a relationship where it's codependent, and that's not even healthy for you as an individual. So basically, you just have to pace yourself, but no butterflies. Butterflies, it's no, it's not
Excellent.
healthy. That one is not really, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Georgina, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for everything that you've shared. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And for the viewers, Georgina is also with us on Mate Coach. So you can find the link to her Mate Coach profile in the description, as well as her link to her socials as well. Once again, Georgina, thank you so much for coming on. Any final words before we wrap up?
Mm, I believe healthy love is supposed to feel free and is supposed to make you grow. So anything that is making you feel unsafe, making you chaotic, making you anxious, you have to reevaluate your decisions. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much,
And
Georgina.
yeah.
Excellent.